Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 443. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
Think that is going to be too dark now?
I don't know. Oh well.
You got Tutors of Life on the road.
Tutors of Life on the road.
And I have no idea how it's going to go.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Do you want to test that to see if that worked with light or no?
Nah.
Alright.
I can change the lighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy. Alright, so this is what we got for you.
It's raining and windy, so...
It's raining and windy, and we're podding on the road because it is Sunday afternoon, and we don't want to be up all night podcasting and meal prepping.
Yeah. And when Shaun gets on a roll, he gets on a roll, so he's ready to podcast.
Primed, baby, primed for a pod.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is what we got for you today. Two wonderful topics. One of them has to do, both of them are relevant to my life, conversation / things we saw, read, seen this weekend that I was like, dang, that gets me thinking. So number one, right off the bat, we talk about it all the time. We love it. It's peds, baby. It is TRT. It is
the creme de la creme.
The creme de la creme, baby. The holy grail, right? All right. This time, though, well, and I'm usually pretty critical of it, we're going to be critical of it. So, Sam showed me a post, and it was about co-sleeping. So, sleeping with your kid, which we don't do. If you want to do it, awesome. I co-sleep with Mimi, and I'm not giving that up because I love me some Mimi Snugs.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm not giving up that. But some folks co-sleep, nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. I prefer sleeping with my dog. But the article was interesting because the article showed like it was a dad sleeping with his head on a baby. Or it was like a child, probably like a 2.
I'd probably say like a 1.5, 2-year-old, yeah.
There we go. And so I was like, oh, interesting. But the article read that like it said that it's not safe for men to co-sleep with kids. So then we read the article and it's actually like, that's not true. Men, when they know they're sleeping with their children, their testosterone actually decreases at night and makes them more of nurturers. And that nurturing, this is loud. Do you think it's going to be all right?
Yeah, make it work. Keep going.
Perfect. So the nurturing part of it is because their testosterone decreases, they can be more of like a nurturer and they actually sleep lighter and they're more in a take care of your child mode, right? Mm-hmm. And it proceeded to go on about other things like whatever that like...
Their patience goes up at night.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're just not obviously like the mom, but they have more mom-like qualities at night because their testosterone goes down. It does, like, it's not obviously the first night you co-sleep. It takes a little bit of time for your body to adapt to it, which makes sense. Our bodies are with everything. But yeah, they said like the more times you co-sleep, the more like your body adapts and your testosterone will go down lower at night.
So then I got to thinking, I was like, wait a second. Men's cycles are 1 day, okay? Men's cycles are a day. Women's cycles are a month, right? Or 30 days or 20, whatever, yeah. 28 days, right?
Yeah.
But so men's cycles are every day. And so when you wake up, you have the most testosterone you have for the day right when you wake up. That's why a lot of men wake up with hard-ons. Because your test is
uber high.
The highest in the morning. And then as you taper off, or then as you go throughout the day, as you work out, as you eat meals, as you're awake longer, whatever, your testosterone falls off to its lowest, which is perfect because then your testosterone and everything's low and you're usually hanging out and relaxing at night, but you don't need to have as elevated as a test because you've been doing shit all day long, right?
Right.
And boy, it made me think. I put synthetic test in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the normal cycle. Like I don't do my test isn't highest in the morning. My test is highest based on when I last injected.
Yeah, so your cycles are more like 2-3 day cycles depending on when you pinned.
Exactly. And so because of that, it made me realize a lot of things. Because of that, I have a more even keeled test at all times, right? Yeah. So I am like, that's the reason it's the reason I always am on. I'm always like, go, 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 go. I struggle to sit down and watch TV. Like, you name it, I have a hard time. I have like nothing for patience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just ripping all the time. Go, 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 go. And it's because I'm always on. My test is always cranked. And when you go in and test and so seeing that, I'm like, wait a second. Because I always wondered, I'm like, why? I don't always wonder, but I'm like, I didn't used to always be like this. Like, I used to be able to sit down and watch a movie or sit down and watch TV at night and chill, like hanging out with, or I just used to be able to chill a lot easier than now.
Right.
And I just thought it was always like, oh no, like my mind's changed, business mindset, I'm go, go, go. No, I think what it is my testosterone is so fucking cranked, I cannot chill.
Right.
Is that working?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So the thing about it, or like what it got me thinking, I was like, okay, because I struggle with patience with like Lily at night and Sam and really anybody. So I looked up. I started reading Reddit forums.
Yeah. Because
I was like, there's surely other dickheads like me who are in this similar boat, right? So I start looking into this stuff. And folks are like, yeah, one of the things they said was, when you go in and get your test levels checked, it's usually at your low. They don't want you like pinning beforehand. So usually you're going in a couple days after you pinned or whatever. And that's what they say is that's usually at your, like, towards your bottom of your test levels. And so when I go in and get tested, I'm usually sitting around like 700, 750. Well, that 700, 750 is most likely towards the lower end of my test levels. Okay, so that means, and this is what this guy's writing, so that means most of the time you're ripping around like 1200. When, like, usually if you're a teenage boy, your max is around 1,000. And then you go down from there. Mm-hmm. Where my max is probably more around like 1,200 for like more of a heightened time, and it's not scheduled. It's not the same. It's not in the morning to night, right? So it's like, dang, taking testosterone or taking steroids and then being on TRT affects a lot more than you would think.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's what was like, I knew it affected shit, but I'm like, damn, it's a lot more than just, oh, I have to pin 3 times a week.
Yeah, like we just found out, it affects your patience, your, I'm curious too, like, what else having lower test at night helps with.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you fall asleep fine, but like, I'm curious, like, what if your quality of sleep isn't as great because, like, your test is still up there?
Oh, it's definitely possible.
Yeah. Definitely
possible. That is actually one thing people say, that you tend to sleep worse when you have higher test. Which I've always just slept really good, so I don't know. But yeah, the quality might not be as good.
Right.
That's definitely a quite a possibility. I think of it kind of like this, though. I think okay, we're built for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And we're built in a way where you're not, like, you're supposed to rise with the sun and go to bed with the sun. You know, like...
Yeah. Like, that's why, like, people naturally, like, in the wintertime feel like hibernating, like, especially in our area, because there's 8 hours of sunlight.
Right. So, yeah, you hibernate a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But so then you think about it, it's like, okay, if you're thinking of that, like, rise with the sun, go to bed with the sun, you're supposed to, like, start out strong and end relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people talk about, like, rest and recovery and chilling. And yes, having elevated test, no doubt helps with recovery. Like, dude, it helps with recovery so much.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it gives you a chance to relax and chill, and it allows your brain to turn off. I haven't really, like, when I'm on test, I can't really turn my brain off at night. The only way I can turn my brain off is by, like, smoking a bowl or something.
Yeah, like, fully, yeah.
Yeah, I can't shut my brain off. I can't just relax. Like, I can sit on the couch and watch an episode of TV, but I'm not relaxed. I'm not, like, you know.
Like, are you most of the time sitting there, like, I could be doing this and this and this for work instead of sitting here watching this?
That's why I can't watch it most of the time. I'm like, I can be doing anything else. Like, I just can't sit here. That's, like, I gotta, like, do the dishes or something. Like, I can't just sit. I can't just sit there. But anyways, it made me think about, dang, there's a lot of things that affect your life by starting, like, steroids and then being on TRT. And so many folks want to be on TRT nowadays, which I try to recommend, like, everyone not to do. But anyways, so I got to thinking, I'm like, surely, like, because I listen to folks, and a lot of these folks are like, yep, we're killers, we get after it, we can't turn it off, it's just our personality, we're go, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to thinking, I was like, which of these guys are natty? Which of these guys are not on TRT? None. All of them. All of them who I actually know one. I know one guy who goes, who's not on test. But that's it.
Who's that?
Greg.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the only one I know. Everyone else, go, is all on test.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, wait a second. There's definitely more people who are, like, go-getters. Like, some people are more go-getters. Some are, like, leaders. Some are, like, ADD, like, gotta go, right? Like, that all remains constant. That all remains true. Some people are really competitive and want to win and are killers. Absolutely. But is it a coincidence that if I think of the top 10 people in business that I, like, look up to,
mm-hmm.
Is it a coincidence that 9 of them are on TRT?
No.
Like, that's a little fucking eye-opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every motherfucker I listen to that's a killer, that's a go-getter, is on shit.
Yep.
Besides one.
Yep.
And the one that isn't, that motherfucker's got some good genes. So, yeah, it was a very interesting observation we made today.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got, Sam?
No, I think it just goes to show that, like, hormones in general play such a big role in our lives, and we don't give them as much credit as we should. I think doctors are very birth control and hysterectomy happy right now. And looking at it, I think that, like, getting some of those, like, doing some of that really affects people in ways we don't really see yet. Or some people who have used them probably do see it and whatnot. I know we've talked about it before, but like when I got off of birth control, hormonal birth control, we were seeing differences 3 years later, and I was only on it for 2 years.
Yeah.
No, not even.
Not even.
A year and a half. And yeah, it was like 3 years later when we finally stopped seeing like some effects of like finally being off of it. And so it goes to show that like messing with those hormones and stuff can really, really wreak havoc on a body.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that our bodies do things, and we need to stop trying to play God and
alter it.
Yeah. I right now, like with so many women, especially like I think women that gave birth in the late 90s, early 2000s, actually even up until like 2010s, doctors were like seemed to be giving full hysterectomies left and right. And now we're starting to see like the effects of those women who had those done. A lot of them are having like issues of organs falling out, and like their aging isn't as graceful as it should be. And just like I'm sure there's plenty of more differences. I just don't know of them off the top of my head. But yeah, our bodies have a way of doing things, and we need to just let them do them naturally.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree. I will say this: if you're getting old, say you're getting in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and you want to start playing God and using some shit because you just not keeping up, could be worth entertaining.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, could be
like,
worth entertaining.
Right, like at that point, your body has done the majority of its work. Especially like women, they go through menopause and they're 50s, 60s. So I mean that wreaks havoc on a woman's body anyways. So might as well start playing with things.
Oh, dude, if you're a guy, dude, and you're 70 and you want to be a jack 70-year-old, I mean, what do you got to lose? Go for gold.
Yeah.
But
worst case, Ontario, you have to pin yourself for 20 years. 30 years.
Sounds good to me.
It's a lot less than 70 years.
Right. Well, hey. Yeah, it's just interesting. These things are really interesting to me, and when we're young, we don't really think about how the repercussions of these things.
The lifelong effects. Like a lot of women are starting to see these effects of these hormonal birth controls, and now they're trying to get pregnant, and it's so hard when you've just fucked your hormones for years. Like, you can't tell me, so for you men that don't have wives or girlfriends, one of the birth control forms is just the pills. There's 3 weeks of hormones and then 1 week of sugar pills. Women can skip that week of sugar pills and start the next pack, and they won't get their period. You can't tell me that that's not hard on the body.
That's fucked.
Right?
That's fucked.
Because then I'm like thinking about it. So women have their period once a month to flush the egg out that didn't get fertilized. So if you're not doing that every month, what's happening? I mean, I'm sure like the eggs just get reabsorbed into the body, but your body's used to having to like make all that blood every single month.
Right.
So then like are women who don't do that getting like thicker blood? Like maybe they're having more like blood clots?
I don't know.
Right? Like
good questions.
That's very good questions. So those are the things you should be thinking about.
Yeah. So, anyways, the big thing is, I guess the big takeaway is this. If you're a dude, try not to get on TRT. I would look at your lifestyle first. There's some like a couple of the big things, and part of what I think's been happening with me is like I think my dose I'm taking is too high now that I've done like parasite cleanse and mold detox and stuff, because those things kill your testosterone. And since I've done that stuff, I've really been like not patient.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just a little too elevated, but like, as a guy, there's so many things you can do before you go to that route. Like, do parasite, do mold, and then
Clean up your diet, start exercising,
make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep.
handling your stress well.
Yeah, like there's so many good exercise, lifting. There's so many things you can do to bring that shit up naturally before you do. Because here's the thing: most guys don't want to spend a year or two cleaning up their lifestyle to benefit for 50 or 60.
Right.
So like guys are like, oh, I don't want to spend a year or two to benefit themselves for 50 to 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they just start doing shit that is going to fuck them, or like not necessarily fuck them, but like will alter their being for the next 50 years, 60 years.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, right?
Because it's a fast fix.
Yeah. Taking care of stuff before you get on TRT will take 1 to 2 years. Trying to fix it after you are on TRT, let's say you want to stop doing TRT and then you want to fix your shit.
Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
It's going to be a way longer than those 1 to 2 years. Way longer.
Yeah. Yeah, not good.
No.
Not good. Yeah. So it's kind of something. That's the moral of that story.
Yep.
What else you got on that? Anything?
I understand birth control is necessary if you want to fool around. I, once was a different person. I totally understand. Now looking back, I kind of wish I wouldn't have, done as much of that activity with random people. So yeah, I just, there's other ways to prevent pregnancies that you don't want.
There's a lot of ways, like wrapping your willy.
Or abstaining.
Abstaining is a good way.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ways to not. There's a lot of good ways where you don't have to fuck up your hormones.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next thing. The next thing is how do we want to spend our time? I am a person who I used to jump into things head first a lot. But I switched recently, and I take a lot more time to I guess jump into things. I'm not as compulsive as I used to be. And where I'm going with that is this. There's things that sound awesome. There's things that sound cool that you need to ask yourself, do I really want this in my life? Is that how I want to spend my time? Because you got to think, you get one life.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to ask yourself, man, when I'm on my deathbed, am I going to look back and go, you know what? I really should not have spent that much of my life doing that shit. Like, whatever it may be, whatever hobby you have, and it could be, like
Fishing.
Sure, it could be fishing. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's say you go out fishing all the time, right? Nothing wrong with fishing. I like fishing. Let's say you go fishing all the time, and then you look back on, like, you got to think about it. Like, is that, like, when you die, is that what you want to be known for? Maybe you go fishing without your kids, and so then you're away from your kids a lot. Is that something you want your kids to remember of you? Is like, oh yeah, Dad was fishing every day, or like dad was out fishing every weekend, so we didn't get to hang out with him,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like you got to, or maybe you take them fishing, and is that what you want to, like, those core memories? Is that how you want to make memories with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you just got to kind of ask yourself that with like everything. And I actually talked to Lori about this because she was telling me about like that they'd consider moving to a new place, and she's like, "Yeah, look out for this style of property for me." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, do you want a big lot?" She's like, "No, something like this is good." And it's like a 0.25, so it's like a quarter acre. She's like, "This is good." I was like, "You want anything bigger?" No. And I was like, "Makes sense." She's like, "Bigger is way too much upkeep. That takes way too much time to upkeep something like that."
Huh.
I'm like, it's a good way to look at it. Like, do you want to spend your time upkeeping your yard? Some people might want to.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might not. So it's things to think about, right? So what spurred this? So I'm up hanging out, having a cigar with Mitch, and we're talking about land, talking about buying hunting land. And he's like, "We'll buy some land up here, and then you can come up here." And Sam and I have talked way too much about that, about buying.
I think for the past 8 years we have.
Buying land up by Ashland and putting a little cabin or a camper on it or whatever. What it always comes down to is this. Land is cheaper, so you can get more of it, which is nice. Here's where I go every single time. Okay, that's 6 hours in commuting we're doing every week. We decide to go up there. If you're spending that kind of money to have something like that, and you're doing it to like have a nice land to hunt and whatever, you're gonna want to upkeep it and like make a food plot, like
Right.
make trails, like all this stuff. So you're going to be, like doing land improvements. And we've talked to Dr. Kyle Anderson about that a lot. About like, he's like, "Yeah, I've spent like 10,000 hours just on his property, So that, okay. So you got to think about that. Is that how you want it? Like, we get a piece of land. Okay, cool. Now we're spending every other weekend going up there and like making the land better. And so you're commuting 6 hours. You're up there. You got to get up there and you got to unpack and get everything set up.
Yep.
Then you got to go through your day. Then at the end of the weekend, so let's say you start taking every Friday off of work. So you're working Monday through Thursday. So now you're spending more time at work Monday through Thursday. So you can go up Friday morning and be up at the land, or Thursday night and you can be up at the land for 3 days, right?
Right.
So boom, you're there. Well, then Sunday you got to clean up, pack up. Well, like we've talked about it, what if we want to go to church or something? Well, so now you're missing church every other week, or you go to a church up there, and then that's just more time. So then you got to get back to the land after church, finish packing everything up, grab the dog, then head out. Then you're going to get back, and when you get back, then you're going to need to unpack, clean everything, do the laundry and the shit that was neglected that you usually do on the weekend. Then you got to meal prep. In our case, we got a podcast like we're doing now. So it's like, is that how we want to spend our time? I have no idea what that animal was.
It kind of looks like a bald eagle, to be honest.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, is that how we want to spend our time, is with land away? Or would we rather save up a little more, buy land within 20 minutes, or like buy land within 15 minutes of Eau Claire? Because that's pretty reasonable. Buy land within 15 minutes of Eau Claire.
Yep.
And you're going to spend a little extra, but you got to buy a fucking land, pay taxes on that land, put a cabin on that land anyhow. So just put that towards a house. Then you're already there. You don't have to spend 6 hours commuting. You don't have to worry about packing up and cleaning up. Like, so then you can do the land beautification and stuff like that throughout the week, a little bit here and there. Like, it just opens you up to spending your time a lot better, I think.
Yeah.
And now some people won't agree or whatever, and maybe that's how, maybe you want to spend that time commuting, spend that time setting up, tearing down and everything. That's awesome. That's you. But every time I think about it, I go back to that and I'm like, I don't think that's how I want to spend. I don't want to spend 10 plus hours a week just with like dad, driving, cleaning up, packing up,
right,
all that shit. That's a lot of time. And you got to look at your life and go, oh man, I sure loved that we did that. We were always working really hard Monday through Thursday so that we could get in the car and drive and go hang out and not relax, but work on the land.
mm-hmm.
And that, you know, that's my thought. What are you thinking?
Yeah, and plus the fact of like, so, like with this example, we go up to Ashland to visit Shaun's family. So now if we're going up to also tend to this land, that's also time away from Shaun's family that we get as well.
Right.
So we just wanted to originally get land, so whenever we go up there to visit, we have a place of our own to crash, have Mimi, all that fun stuff. But we might as well have a purpose if we're going to have land up there, aka hunting. Well, if you want to hunt, then you want to take care of it. Well, then the whole point of why we wanted to get land changed.
Right, exactly.
So breaking it down in that aspect of like all the things you have to do in order to do this one hobby, how much is all that going to take, and where are you taking that time from?
Right. Yeah, it's a fair point, and it's something to think about. Do you have something on this?
No.
I remember talking to, I don't remember if we went to a conference, if we were talking to some coaches, whatever. I think it was a conference, whatever. There's this guy who had a big, nice boat that he could have parties, that he like threw parties on this big boat, right? And he threw parties like once or twice a year. And he loves getting people together and having parties on a boat. It's like that's his thing, that's what he enjoys.
Mm-hmm.
But he only does it like once to twice a year because he's busy and he's got to afford the boat, right?
Right.
So he has a nice house. Then he gets a boat, big yacht style boat. And he had it parked at his house. Well, it was too big to keep parked at his house. So then he had to get storage somewhere else. And then he had to do maintenance and upkeep on it, pay the insurance, everything. Then he had to go get the boat, then get it to the water, get it in the landing, and then get all the people out there set up, like all this time and effort spent to have to go out on it like twice a year with a bunch of people and have a party, right? Well, his coach asked him well, why do you do that? Like, why is your boat so important to you? And he's like, well, I love throwing parties. And they're like, well, is that like all you care to do? He's like, yeah, that's like, I just love throwing a party on a boat. Okay, so could you just rent the boat, or does your ego tell you you have to own the boat? And he's like, I guess I could rent the boat. I'm like, okay, if you rented the boat and you saved this much money, this much time, you could probably throw an extra party or two on the boat. And he's like, damn. And then you just show up to the boat that's already in the water and have the party. And he's like, damn, yep. So sold the boat, got rid of all that, and then he's able to just easily go have his parties. But his thing was, he's a people person. He's a massive extrovert. He loves getting people together and having a party.
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. But in doing so, he got so burned down in the weeds of like all these things he's trying to do, where it's like, man, he could have taken away so many of those things.
Mm-hmm.
just by like thinking about how he wants to spend his time and realizing that, oh, I just want to spend time having these parties. I don't need to be doing X, Y, and Z. I don't need to own it. I don't need to do all that stuff, right?
Right.
So yeah, it's just a different way of thinking about things.
Mm-hmm. And like we said, like I don't think it means that you need to cut back on hobbies or anything, but just breaking down all the time that you deal with stuff. So I mean, if you like fishing, but fishing's only good from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., well, I bet you on the weekends, maybe your kids like to sleep in.
Right.
So then it's probably not a bad thing if you go fishing from 5 to 9 in the morning.
Right.
Because then when you get back, your kids are probably just waking up or just getting done with breakfast, and you still have all day to go and do things with them and see them and whatnot. But if it's one of those things where it's like,
you're out there all day,
or you fish from 5 to 9, but you have to get up at 3 a.m. so you can get all your fishing stuff together, and then you gotta go drive an hour to the lake to fish for 3 hours, drive an hour back, and then you want to wash your boat, and then you want to make sure all your gear's
get some food.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then it's an all-day excursion that takes you until 2 o'clock, but since you got up at 3, you're going to want to be in bed by 5, then you only got 3 hours with
you
your
want
kids.
to take a nap or chill or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, just thinking about all the extra time that you have to put into these things that you want to do is, I think, very imperative.
I think so too. So yeah, it's just anything you do, like anything you do. There's some stuff that's, kind of non-negotiable, like you should shower. I think that's a pretty good use of your time. But like there's a lot of things, like most things in your life, you can ask yourself, is this necessary? Do I need to do this? Is this how, is this what I want to be known for? When I'm on my deathbed, am I going to give a fuck about doing this? Our core memory is going to be around this, whatever it may be. And I think start asking yourself those questions will really help you identify if it's worth, the bandwidth and time to do that. Because you only get one motherfucking go at it.
Yeah.
You might as well be thinking about how you're using up that time.
Yeah. One thing I actually just thought about that I mentioned to Shaun earlier was bars might be a dying thing of our generation. It's just something now where I think more people, especially our age, are more of homebodies, or their dads were barflies. Their dad went to the bar as soon as they got done with work and didn't come home until it was dinner time, and then they were off to bed. So I think that really did affect our generation in the fact of we want to be there for our kids. We want to be able to have those memories with our kids.
Right. Our
kids have memories with us because we didn't get that. And it's just, it goes along with, okay, maybe if you want to, you legitimately only go for one to relax, or you open up a bar in your basement so your kids can be there while you have one, or you just find something better than drinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, to just break it down and think about that stuff, and I think it is very imperative.
Yeah. Yep. I think so too.
Okay, cool.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah, which is perfect. We're rolling into Lake Hallie.
Perfect. So yeah, think about your time, think about how you're spending it, and think about altering your hormones, because there can be more affected than you think.
Oh, here you go. Here's the overall message for today.
Love it.
Think about the long-term effects of all your actions.
Yes. That's a good one.
Yeah. Let's say you're overweight. Okay, is it going to be easier to lose weight now, or is it going to be easier to lose weight in 10 years?
Probably no.
Probably now. And if you start now, you're more likely to not have to worry about losing weight in 10 years. Hopefully you maintained it that whole time.
That's a good point.
Think about like long-term effects with your kids. I was just talking about the mom's page I'm on, and all these people say to break up or divorce your husband because he wants sex and you don't. Well, what's the long-term effects on your kids from having separated parents? Right. Maybe let's think about that. So yeah, it just start thinking long-term.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
Cool.
All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.